exaggerate. But no. I just wanted to hit this topic because remember we was talking about how the director's cut is really, really starting to be more of a thing than maybe it should be. And
yes,
like
no.
every time a movie drops that you don't like, it's like, let's see the director's cut. And then, Taika and his comments.
But that's been a thing. Like even
Not
with
like now though.
But like with like The Exorcist, that was a whole big thing because then they dropped it in theaters, and then
But did they drop the full director's cut?
No. I think they had dropped the original in theaters and then had gone back because it was too much, so they cut a lot of
that's a different scenario.
And then you have the director's cut.
That's a different scenario though. I think that's a different scenario versus I saw this movie, I don't like it. I want to see a version that I might like more versus like, okay, this was too much for the audience.
Or it's like
because people are going into movies like
hoping to see.
I want to see everything else.
Yeah.
Like that's automatically going to make a bigger.
But that don't mean the movie's going to be better.
It doesn't.
Because what if they drop the movie, you don't like it, then they drop the director's cut and it's like an hour of extra footage, and then that whole hour is still pointless. Like you still don't like the movie afterwards. Exactly. It's just more shit. Because like hell, even for example with Thor Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
I mean not Ragnarok, Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Taika has said that there was a 4-hour version of the movie.
Yeah, and so after the movie, everybody automatically was like, we need to see the Taika cut. We need Taika. And then Taika himself had to come out and be like, fam, a lot of that extra footage
was just us bullshitting. Like, we weren't even doing like the story. Like, we didn't even care about the story anymore. Like, the story drops off like 4 or 5 different times.
I agree with what Taika said. He said, no, directors sometimes need to be reeled in.
Yeah, and it's like what we discussed.
And we always say, well, I'm of the opinion that, yes, sometimes it calls for it. Yes, sometimes you can make a great movie that's 4 hours. Every movie should not need to be 4 hours for you to make a good movie.
But not even that. If you are given only 2.5 hours, if you only given 30 minutes, you know the time that you are given.
If you're a
you
damn
should
comedian,
make a great movie or a great project within that time you are given.
If you're a comedian, you can't do your whole special when you're doing Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
Because they didn't told you got whatever. 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
15.
They didn't told you what you have. Like, it is your job to make the most of that time.
Of your time, yeah. And if you don't make it, then that's it. Like, it shouldn't, like, if I go into a movie or go into any project, I should be satisfied within that time frame that you were given. Mm-hmm. Now, if you do want to come out with a director's cut, if you do want to come out with like just more footage or whatever, that should just be extra meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
After I already had this great meal.
Yes.
Like, I don't need to see the 4-hour cut of The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was already great.
Exactly. The 4-hour cut would be dessert.
Exactly.
It would be dessert.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree 1,000%. Also, we was breaking it down because it's like, now people give directors all the time they want. Fam, no, that cannot happen. You cannot have. You think about the movie theaters, right? And we always break this down. Movie theaters tend to open at like what, 10 a.m.?
Like 10. About 10.
10 a.m.-ish, right?
10,
and they
10:30.
usually stop showing movies at around 11.
Yes.
Those are 11, 15-ish.
11 at the latest, 11:30.
At the latest starting a showing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen too many start.
Not in recent times. Because remember,
right?
before, back in the day, it used to go to like midnight. Well, and they used to have midnight premieres.
Yeah.
So
and so that's how many hours? That's the 13 hours. What is that? What did we say? 10
from
to
10, so 10 to 11.
If we go 10 to 11, then that's 13 hours, right?
Yeah.
Roughly, right? 'cause 12 will be 10 to 10. A 4-hour movie.
That's 8 hours. That's 8 fucking hours. On top of, y'all don't even think about
show it twice.
Show it twice. That's only 2 times.
That's 8 hours. And That's if they show it back to back. They can't even do that.
And
so you can't show it 3 times.
And you gotta take that hour break so they can clean up the theater.
Exactly. So they can't show it 3 times.
Yeah, so that means we can only show you if your movie is 4 hours because everybody wants a director to do what they want to do, right?
We can only show it twice. We can only
show this
in one theater room.
Yeah.
Which means now we're gonna make money off of this movie twice a day. Unless we put it in other theater rooms, which means now those movies only have 2 movies in it. So many other movies can't get played. So much time is taken out. What would probably end up happening is they're gonna raise the fucking tickets up.
Yeah.
Because they can't show as many movies.
Yeah, because we can only show this more. Like if we
and then y'all gonna be pissed off when the movies are $30 a damn ticket.
Yeah, because if we drop the Snyder Cut,
yeah,
that's Justice League. So we know everybody's going to want to see that. Nobody else is going to want to see anything else. But the movie is 4 hours, so that means we can only play this movie twice per room.
Also, the problem.
So now we book up half our half our side. And can't show nothing else, and we've only shown.
Yeah, we don't have time to show anything. If
we're losing money at this point, or so now, like you said, we're gonna have to raise the ticket price.
That's what I think will happen. I also think that the problem that people complain about now, where it's like, they don't want to play any of these like really just personal indie or director passion project films. They don't want to play that. Everybody wants to play the blockbuster. Everybody wants to play the blockbuster. That's already a problem now. So best believe if they have to cut down the amount of movies they can show, they're definitely only playing the blockbusters then.
And I was like, nigga, if I go to movies, that's more than likely what I want to see. Now, I love great film pieces. I love great student film pieces. I love great art, right? Nigga, I don't want to go to the movie and just have nothing but fucking 4-hour fucking film pieces. Like, bro, I want to see that shit.
I don't want that to be the only thing. So, and that's not what makes the most money. So
exactly.
They're definitely, if everybody can make 4 or 5 hour movies, then they're definitely gonna be showing mostly blockbusters because we got to make the most with what we got.
Yeah. So now the
we only showing 4 movies a goddamn day.
So now the low key directors ain't getting the shine.
Yeah.
That affects it. And I'm gonna tell y'all, what y'all want is going to destroy the movie theaters. Again, because and that's like y'all were fucking complaining about when COVID happened and movie theaters were closing. Y'all were the first ones. Oh man, remember the good old days when we could just go to the movies and all that. Y'all are going to do that all over again.
Yeah, because
y'all ain't gonna pay no $30,
hell no,
$40 for a fucking movie
and
ticket.
all those movies we were talking about, all those just more personal, non-blockbuster films, all of those are gonna have to go to streaming.
Yeah,
because fam, if the movie theater can play 6, on average. How many movies you think run in the movie theater at a time? Like 10?
At a time.
Like 10 different films?
Probably between like 10 and 14.
So that gets cut down to probably like 7.
Well, are we talking about each individual movie or just how many they're just
How many are playing? How many playing? Because they got rooms. They probably got like 20 rooms.
Probably like 20.
Like 20
I would say about
films?
20, not 20. Oh, see, that's why I was asking. Because they're playing 20 movies, but I don't think they're playing 20 films. Like, if Fast and the Furious come out,
I mean,
that's going to be in like 4 movies.
I mean,
like
films.
Four
films. Like, how many films at one time?
So
it's like 10 to 15, right?
Yeah.
Between like that, really? Like 8? Lately?
Yeah.
Lately, when you go to the movie list, it's like 8 movies. But let's call it 10, 12. Let's call it 10, 12.
10, 12.
That's 10, 12 with us being able to show multiple movies in multiple different theaters. So if every movie's fucking 4 hours, then that probably drops down to about 6 films in one movie theater.
Yeah.
That probably 6 films because whatever movie we play these 4 hours movies in, that's all that's getting played in there because we can only play it twice.
Yeah.
And then we'll have to play everything else in the other theaters, but that still reduces the amount of movies that we can play at the same time because movies are longer, which means most of those movies that don't make as much money, it's probably gonna get the pushed out of the theater, which means they're gonna go to streaming most likely, and then you're gonna have to pay for all that streaming you don't want to pay for either.
Yeah.
And so I just think that
you can't win with.
I don't think that's
a lose.
It would
situation.
be nice, but director's cuts to me belong on streaming and not in the theaters.
Now, see, if they do that, I would.
That's fine.
Be more agreeable. Like now, if Taika decides, hey, I'm gonna drop the full version on Disney Plus.
Yes,
I'm cool with that.
That's better.
I don't want to see it, but I'm cool with that.
But that's still not solving the problem because people just want the director's cut to be the movie, which would be the one that comes out in theaters, and that's not gonna happen.
And I still feel like people will still bitch about that.
They want 2 hours more
because if they go and drop no, because if they go and drop 4-hour films, right? Like say if Taika drops the 4-hour version of Thor on Disney Plus,
yeah,
people aren't. Even if a motherfucker's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and watch it, y'all still gonna complain that it's too long? Oh damn, it's 4 hours. I gotta take 4 hours out of my day. I gotta sit down and do this. I gotta pause it. It's too long. We just
that makes a movie trip like 5
version.
hours, bro. Because you gotta get there on time. You want to see the previews. You gotta order your food. Now you gotta sit down 4 hours. Every movie can't be 4 hours. It's just what we're saying. I mean, I'd love to see these full visions, but I just think from a business standpoint, that just can't happen. We just can't have theaters running 4-hour movies.
That's a lose-lose because something is going to have to give.
Something's going to have to give. So either movies are going to stay open longer, which ain't going to matter anyway because ain't nobody really trying to go to the movies at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Or movies stay open
or
the same amount of time.
Even if it's not 2 a.m., like if y'all start a showing at 12, I don't want to get out at 4 o'clock in the morning from a movie theater. Like,
that's true too. That's true too. So it really,
I got to go to work in the morning. Like, no.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll just be ticket prices. I don't think people are going to be happy about that. But before you just think movies are just extra charging, which they already do. But before you say $30 tickets are outrageous, think about how many movies we can't play if we can only play 2 showings of one movie.
Yeah.
So
just really for the audience and just for actually motherfuckers just out there.
Just everybody. It's just I just
be careful for what you ask for.
We're looking for a solution to a lot of problems, but sometimes the first just give the person, because everybody likes to seem like they're on the artist side.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, no, let the person who's making the movie do whatever you want. That can't work. That can't work.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
No.
Not all the time. There would be no such thing as discipline. So yeah. Something needs to happen, figure it out. I just don't think that is the answer.
Yeah.
To the problem.